Yes, I'm Noriko from NOBI studio in Barcelona. So we are doing 14 days Pilates challenge, and today is the day 12. We work with our side strength and get rid of our love handles. So we will target around the oblique muscle today, mainly. So the main abdominal muscles are 4 layers. So the deepest abdominal muscles is transverse abdominals, which looks like a corset, and which when you contract and pull the belly bottom towards the lower back. So this is the transverse. And then you have internal oblique and external oblique muscle. So what do this muscle? It's side bending or side strength when you're on the side plank, or twisting. Okay, and then the top layer is the rectus abdominals. It's a so-called six-pack muscle. So when you do the crunch or some exercise, abdominal rolling down and up exercise, this is the rectus abdominal. So before we start, we stretch, because with aging we tend to have less space in between rib and pelvis. We start to lose our waistline. So it's shortening, because here it's suddenly you have here rib cage and hips, and here in between suddenly only the lumbar spine, so vertebra, and or around its muscles. So if these muscles are not strong enough to support the lower back, what's happening is shortening. And then you have a compressed lumbar spine, and it's caused the lumbar pain. Okay, so I wanted to stretch first to make sure that you elongate the muscle and then switch on. So let's stretch. Let's just nice stretch of the side. You can slightly facing up and facing down. Other side. Okay, so ready to work. So today is the preparation for the kneeling side kick, but which is very good to be aware of our side strength. So let's do that. So let's work from the right side. So the stretch, extend your right leg, and then find your left bottom hands the floor. You are sandwiched between 2 walls. Okay, so you're one line with the right foot, knee, and hand. So it's like a stretching, but now we need to create a straight line from the head to the foot, and then kind of take away the weight from this hand. Okay, so you're not putting your weight, because you are holding from here. If you can, even you can lift and balance. Okay, almost your foot and your hand is not touching, and immediately you will feel that you are switching on this muscle. And not only this, of course, you are switching on different muscles too. Okay, so let's find just a nice in between balance and hold it. And then breathe. You not necessarily lift your hands and foot, but intention not to put any weight on the hand and foot. Okay, and a stretch. Other side. Okay. So when you do this, make sure that you're not pushing your hips forward and arching the lower back. Then you use a different muscle. So I wanted to switch tummy in. Okay, tummy in. So your the front abdominal and lower back is sandwiched straight from the foot to the head. You can be in the fist too, and feel less weight off under balance. And breathing. Let's stretch. Okay. So next is called twist. It's a weight-bearing exercise, and it's quite advanced exercise. So if you find this a difficulty to do that, please go back to the arm and shoulder version. We have two classes. One is beginner, one is a little advanced, because it requires whole body strength and also arm muscle, arm strength, and shoulder stabilization. So that's very, very important to be able to perform this. Okay? So let's try. And the other thing for this, if you cannot be on the hand because you have tendinitis or you have wrist pain or carpal syndrome, you can use some box. For example, at my studio, I use this Pilates box. So you can be on the elbows and do the side plank position. If you are at home, you probably don't have this. So you can use any kind of stable box on top, rolls the mat, or chair against the wall, or sofa, which is not too soft, because if it's too soft, maybe you feel too much on your elbows. I wanted to use the full forearm. So you can find something that you can be on the side plank. If you have enough strength on the side, you can do the side plank without using your wrist. Okay, so that's the modification. So imagine that there is a one line on the mat. So on this line, you have both feet, so the bottom feet mainly, and hips and the hands. Okay, so when you lift your hips up, I want you to, your hands should be under your shoulder. So if not, if your hand is too much there, please go down carefully and then adjust your hands position. But usually it will be okay. If behind knee is 90 degrees, it should be okay. So lift your hips up, body up, and through the side strength, supporting. Okay, use the other hands to support and lift. So you squeeze the inner thigh, your hips are facing front, and all this strength is working. And my hand is under my shoulders, my elbow is not locked, and not extended 100% because I have a hyper elbow extension. So I try to bend, like do the micro bend, kind of like a very little, so that I can switch on all the muscles of the arms and also shoulder stabilization muscle. My shoulders is soft. While I'm explaining, I'm already in this position, and then this is, this is working on. My bottom foot is on the side, and most of my weight is, my front foot is not have too much weight. Now bring the hands and do up and down. Lift the hips up. Keep your shoulders stable. Good. And carefully, controlled, bring the hips down. Whew. That's because I was talking. So, right? So if you're bringing hips up and down, you cannot, you start to lose your shoulder stabilization. Don't move your hips yet. Okay, find the most important thing is to find the stabilization and control and the correct posture. Both knees bend about, behind the knees about 90. Bottom foot's gonna work harder than front foot. Okay, and then hands there in one line, and then lift. So my hands and foot in one line, body is stand face to walls. My inner thigh is working hard. I recruit all my body muscles to take away the weight from my hand. If I relax, I put too much weight on my bottom hand, so I just reaching up, and then bring the top hands down and sliding your hands, bring the hips down and then up. Here, important to find the shoulder stabilization, so the movement can be very small. Okay, one more time. And slowly bring the hips down, controlled. Whew. So that was the side strength exercise. So it's actually full body exercise because it's weight bearing. You burn the fat, you work entire body, and you get rid of the love handles. So see you tomorrow, and thank you for watching the video.